Hey guys, Baz86 here doing another review on Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Edition. So last time we left off, or last time I was doing a review, I did a review on Tekken 7. So now sticking with fighting games, we're now on to Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Edition. And this is a game that gives you the option of having um, the retro experience. So, if you're not sure what I mean by that, let me show you what I mean by that. So here we go. You've probably seen me do a stream of this before, and if you haven't, I have three of them on my channel. So if you'd like to see me do some gameplay of it and try to do it, then by all means give it a look and see what you think. Let's just press X. So we have, as we come into this mode, we have four options. We can go offline, we can go online, we can go to the museum, or we can go to options. Options doesn't give us much, just gives us the controls, the credits, and the language. Museum, again, doesn't give us much, but it does give us the history, music, making of Street Fighter, and a little bit of a background of the characters and the history of how Street Fighter came about. Hi dude. Hey legend of the 80s, how we doing mate? Welcome to this review man. How's things with you? Okay, back to the game. Always connecting with my audience as well, so yeah. Right, so again, online allows you to play against online players around the world, which sounds what it sounds like. Offline enjoys the arcade games or practice your fighting skills. So this is what I normally do. I normally go to offline, and you've got three choices. I can go to arcade, versus, or training, whatever you feel. If you're new to Street Fighter and you don't know anything about Street Fighter games, I would suggest go to training, which is what I'll show you in this review to start off with. So, training. And you get four options. You can either go on Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Street Fighter Alpha 3, or Street Fighter Third Strike. That's another edition of Street Fighter 3. So we're going to go with Street Fighter 2 as training. You get to pick what stage you want. Of all the stages that are in Street Fighter today, of all the characters, every single character has their own map. So I'm going to stick with Ken's, and I'm going to play. Right, so these are the characters. We've got Ryu, we have E Honda, we have Blanca, we have Guile, T-Hawk, Phalon, Bullrod, Sagat, M Bison, Vega, DJ, Cammy, the Hype, Dalton. And it just picked a random one because I took two. Let's go. We'll stick with Alan. Okay. So you can again. I would suggest moving with the left and right D-pads for this game. And as you can hear the soundtrack in the back of Ken's, you got the original soundtrack from Street Fighter music. The way to attack is for square to punch. Another one that can see you up. So just like Tekken, you got square, triangle, circle, and X. You can also attack with the R2 button and the R1 button. L1 and L2 doesn't do anything. To grab somebody in this game, you press X and back. You press X and back. Okay, that doesn't work. thought it did. Sometimes things I do doesn't work. So your attacks are focused on back circle, forward circle, down circle, and jump. You jump moves as well. These are combo based too. Right, so then you've got combination moves. So for example, you want to do yoga fire, you press down and right and that and triangle to do yoga fire, like so. If you want to do it slowly, you do press square. If you want to look at the move set, you press options. You go to special moves, and it gives you a retrospect of the special moves that you can use. So we've got Yoga Inferno, we've got Yoga Blast, we've got Yoga Teleport, Yoga Flame, and yeah. So your super combo, let's say you wanted to do your super combo, you'd have to put in that combination. So you'd go round moves that show with the analog stick, as in a circle, you have to use a stick to do it. So let's see if I can have a go at this. There you go, Yoga Flame. There you go, Yoga Flame. And all I did to do that was I went round and round. I put my left stick in a circle movement. That's how I'm doing that. But I love this soundtrack. I don't know about you, but soundtracking of music is epic. Right, we'll go to change character. I didn't get to choose a character. Hey Aaron, by the way, welcome to the stream, man. Well, not to the stream, but to the review. Welcome to the review. So this time we'll pick Ken. If anyone's a Street Fighter fan, you will know that you will enjoy being Ken. Ken or Ryu is the original. So I'm good, thanks, by the way, mate. I'm very, very good. I'm just doing my reviews and streaming and showing you guys, the viewers, the games that I love, in the sense of the games that I have that you guys might like, but you don't already have, and you're thinking, should I or shouldn't I get it? So that's why I'm doing these reviews. So here's Ken. Alright, so we've got Ken, and how do we do his Hadouken? His main fireball move that in Street Fighter he always, if you're a Street Fighter fan, you would know that he has a fireball move. So how do you do it? You press down and to the right, and you do Hadouken like that. That is the simple Hadouken move. How do you do it slowly? Press square. So as you can see, the speed of the Hadouken is slowed down. How do you do it a bit quicker? Press triangle. Or press R1 for its normal speed. If you want to do a Shoryuken, which is a kick, you do down and back. Right, when you have your super move up, you can do, I'll just show you again, you got your special moves, and if you go down, you have what's called a Shoryuken, which is a super combo that Ken has. So here we go. I need to put that combination in for it to happen. So I use the D-pad for it, because you can either use the D-pad or left stick, whatever works for you. And there's your combo. So I did exactly what the thing told me, and there we go. Alright. Now, what I'll do is I'll quit game. We'll come out of training, we'll come out of practice, and we'll go into the actual game. Yeah, you can also versus, so you can have your friend sit next to you. Not now you can't, but when you could, you have your mate sit next to you. Or you can do share play for safer reasons. You can do share play and get him like he's sitting right next to you and do a local match. Or you can do arcade. Now arcade brings up this. It brings up 12 games. This has 12 games in one. So for a good old price, which is its half price right now, you have 12 games at your disposal that you can pick up that are full games. So you have Street Fighter 1, 2 in different versions of 2. You have 3 in different versions of Street Fighter Alpha. And you have different versions of Street Fighter 3. So let's say I want to pick, I don't know, let's say I want to pick Street Fighter 2, the original Street Fighter 2. I press X on it, and we go in, and we show the retro arcade version of Street Fighter, how it would come up back in the days of the 80s or 90s, whenever this game came out, I do not remember. But yeah. It's all retro style, Street Fighter 2, The World Warrior. It will tell you free play, and you press the touchpad for it to go ahead. Now you've got the character select screen. We're going to go for Ken, as you would, or as any. Or if you're used to any other characters, then you know, by all means go ahead. And we start off. So, with the attacks we know, you can jump like so. You can block as well by holding backwards. If you hold backwards, you block. I put it to 2 rounds. If you put it on 2, you put it to the maximum of 2 rounds in this collection. There you go. First round done. You get a bit of points like you do in the classic arcades, and you get a little bit of a cutscene, or not cutscene, but a little bit of a thing that says, you know, attack me for my delay. You'll be sorry. And then you go into the next round.
Round 1, fight!
We get classical music from the retro games.
You win! Perfect!
Once you know the basic controls, you can get that experience. Anyway, once you've done that, you can press the options button whenever you want. You can go into setting this how you like. You can put it to TV, you can put it to arcade, which means it's a little bit less blurry like it would be in the arcade versions. You can also have a border around if you want, which gives you the option to put
Round 2, fight!
which I have no idea what that does. Looks like it doesn't do anything. I thought it did. It doesn't do anything. You can have the original screen, what it would look like back in the arcades. You can have the full screen, or you can have it wide. I would suggest, depending on what telly you have, depends on what you need to put the screen to. Then I can select quick game, and I can move on to any other ones that I want to try. I can always have I can just jump into whichever game I want. And at the bottom of the screen, bottom right, it tells you when the release date was and what the hardware was for it. So the release date of Street Fighter 1 was 1987. The release of Street Fighter 3, Third Strike, was May 1999. So you can see the difference between the gap between Street Fighter 3 and Street Fighter 1. Big gap between 1987 and 1999. Alright, so let's go through what I think. So gameplay, I'd say a 9. I definitely would say a 9 for that. Very good, fluent game. Can be difficult depending on what difficulty you put it to. I've tried to put it to easy as I can, and it's still difficult for me. Once you get higher up the rounds, the harder it gets, which is what classical arcade games are like back then. You'd start out, put, really easy on round 1, or, once you'd always have round 1, do round 1, finish round 1, and then, or stage 1, and then go to the next person, do round 1, and it would be different than your first time, and so on until you got to the third stage or fourth stage, and you have to put a coin in and do it again. Have to put another coin in, do it again, and so on. So that it gives you the whole retrospective aspect of the game. The presentation is definitely I'm actually going to boost that up to a 10. I would say that the presentation of this game is gorgeous. It brings a whole good feel to retro gaming. The graphics are great. It feels like you're back in the 80s. It feels like you're back standing in front of an arcade machine, but you're at home. You're at home on your TV screen, hearing the sound, hearing the music of what you used to hear in the arcade back then, and you'd always go back and you'd look forward to playing a Street Fighter and put your money in and everything. So it gives you that good feeling. The pros and cons of it. I'm going to say there's more pros than there is cons to this game, to this collection. Number 1 pro, it allows you to experience retro gaming, like I've said, when it comes to Street Fighter. Allows you to experience that feel. Number 2, it has 12 games in one game alone. So it's a collection it's a collection of games that were back. If you don't have these games or never experienced these games, you can go back to them and enjoy them with how they used to be. And that gives you that. And the third pro is it's addictive. Once you get going, it's addictive. You want to see if you can beat your time. You want to see if you can do better. It gives you that feel. So you want to do it again and again and come back to it if you put it aside. You want to come back to it and see if you've remembered how good you were back then, and see if you could be good again and try with multiple characters. I would really be pushing when it comes to cons. I don't think there's many negatives to this game. I would say one. If there was one negative and I was really pushing it, I would say if you're not a Street Fighter fan or you're not a Street Fighter player and you come into this game and you've had no experience, you're a total beginner, it doesn't give you even though you have training, it doesn't give you the option of allowing you to master your skills. It doesn't allow you to to just jump straight in, or it doesn't allow you to feel like you've really got a good experience from a Street Fighter game or from this game. It chucks you in and it expects you to know about Street Fighter, which if you don't, that really is a letdown. For new Street Fighter games, for new Street Fighter players, it's hard for them to come away going, you know what, I didn't really like that game because I didn't know anything about it and I wasn't very good at it. I kept dying, I kept losing. That's another thing. You keep losing if you're not very good and you haven't really practiced and tried, and you come away feeling as though you've not really come away getting any good at the game, but yet you want to play again. So, with that being said, that would be probably my one and only con to this. So overall, I'm going to give it a 9, a very high 9 for this. I know that was my last. That was my last one, but this one I give a 9. It gives you that great retro experience. Gives you 12 games to really feel that retro experience, and you can go back into, well, yeah, that's what retro is all about. You can go back in time and play it on your screen and have it, and what is it, and set it up as you were playing it in the arcade. So that's why I give it a 9 out of 10. So I'll end my stream. I hope you guys have enjoyed this review. I've enjoyed doing it. Please check out, if you really want to see me fail, or you really want to see me try, that's the best way to put it. If you really want to see me try with these, I have, like I said at the beginning, I have 3 other videos in my channel that shows me playing this game. So if you want to see that, click up, connect, look for it. It's on my playlist. I put it in a playlist. Check it out. See what you think. And if I can't make you get the game, but if you enjoy it, if you like the review, you want to try it out for yourself, get it now. It's really good, and it's just something that you might not have experienced before. So with that, I've been Baz86. I hope you've enjoyed this review, and I'll see you guys in the next Baz86 live stream.